Hey, what's up? Sam here. Today, I'm going to be talking about the 6 things you must remember to stay profitable running meta ads with your high ticket offer in 2026. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to be talking about is sales message congruency. Now, you might not know what that is, but what it is your ad message must match your landing page message. Now, that might seem a little bit obvious, but when you're doing meta ad testing, when you're testing ads, and we'll get into this later, you sometimes find different angles and different vibes of the ad, right? You might be selling the same product, but going with a different angle to actually sell it. For example, if you're selling dog food, it has a ton of different benefits, but you're going after different client profiles with the same dog food by pointing out different benefits. Now, for example, the same dog food could be for fat dogs and athletic dogs. Now, maybe for fat dogs, the angle that you have is for the dog to be healthier, so then you lower the vet bills. Now, the angle for the athletic racing dog, it's so it's healthier and gets the same amount of protein. Now, if one of these ads with the specific sales message is doing better than all of these ads, then you need to make sure the landing page is congruent with the sales message of the winning ad. It's because they align with the message that the ad has. And if they click onto the landing page and it's a different sales message, a different angle, then there's going to be a disconnect. So you need to continue the emotional momentum that actually brought them there and continuing it onto the headline and offer in the landing page. So the next topic that we'll be talking about is pixel conditioning, clean data. So what it is you only want to send qualified data back to Meta because Meta only optimizes for the type of person that actually triggers your conversion event, whether that's leads or scheduling a booked call. It doesn't understand the quality of the leads. So what you want to do is only optimize for the lead profile that triggers the event that ends up being qualified. And how you do this is in your survey, you're going to have a qualifying question and you're going to be able to deem if the leads are qualified or unqualified by the answer that they select. Now, an example of this is a money filter. So however much money they make or however much money they have to invest into your program or high ticket offer, that's how you're going to decide where to route them, if they're qualified or unqualified. Now, you can still allow both leads to book in, right? Because unqualified leads still book in occasionally, depending on your question, but you're not going to send the information back to Meta. And how you do this is set up conversions API inside of your CRM, like Go High Level. So right here, the unqualified leads are able to book in an appointment, but they don't get triggered with the conversions API like the qualified leads do right here. So only the qualified data gets sent back to the Meta server, and this creates a higher quality average in the sales calls that you will be booking, meaning more of them are going to be qualified if you do this. Now, some examples. Now, let's say I'm optimizing for people that make over $10,000 a month. In Go High Level, it's going to look like this. You're going to set up the trigger to customer booked appointment. Then you're going to have a condition to where you're going to select the answers that they actually selected and deems them as qualified or unqualified, and you're going to put them here. So new bookings that answer over $10,000 a month, they're going to get sent directly to the conversions API, and you're going to add a tag to say that they're qualified. But for people that don't make over $10,000 a month, that information does not get sent back to Meta via conversions API because we don't want to optimize for unqualified leads regardless if they occasionally convert. So now that you guys know what pixel conditioning is, we're going to go into creative format testing. And what this is you need to test the same message in different formats, whether that be reels, static reels, carousel, or still ads. And why this matters is because a winning message in one format can fail in another. For example, let's say I have the same sales message and I put it inside of a still ad and I put it inside of a video ad. It might perform terrible with a still ad and I might get extremely high CPMs. Now, the video ad might perform better and get me even lower results than what I got with the same sales message, but in a different format. So the basis is make sure to test your sales messages in different formats to find your winning format. Now, this changes from sales message to sales message, but the point is you might have a great sales message, but you might get extremely high CPMs because you're not testing in the right format. So now we'll get into creative testing, not just different hooks. So what this is you need to test different reasons to click, not just different hooks, because different angles attract different buyers, and you can find these pocket audiences of niche buyers. Let's say all of these little cubes are different ads. Now, the x-axis is reasons to click, and the y-axis are client profiles. So all of these are different reasons to click, and all of these are different client profiles. Now, let's say these purple cubes are all of your ads right here. They're all in the same column. They all have the same reason to click, but they're all spread out through different client profiles because you changed the hook. Now, the hooks could be coaches that need more clients, coaches that are struggling to get over 10K a month, coaches that need their first client, coaches that are struggling to book calls, coaches that are struggling to get leads, etc. Because they have the same reason to click, they're competing against each other and you're going to get the same data. You need to diversify your ads and make sure that they're all different reasons to click instead of different hooks with the same reason to click. So if all your ads are in the same folder, they fight for each other for the same spot, and this is going to kill your reach and send your costs through the roof, specifically CPMs. So now this is a better model right here. Let's say all of these are ads and the purple ones are yours. As you can see now, the purple ones are a little bit more spread out. They all have different reasons to click with varying client profiles. And this way, you're going to get different data and it's going to be more accurate because you're going to understand what is your angle that you should go after and what is actually going to work. Because if you put all your ads in the same folder, your costs are going to skyrocket and you're just going to get the same data and you're just going to be testing forever because you're not going to understand what you're doing wrong. So the basis is make sure all your ads have different reasons to click instead of just different hooks with the same body. And that's how you get different data and find a sales message that actually works for you. So now we're going to get into messaging. So what this is speaking directly to your ICP through whichever piece of content that you put out, every single one of them. And why this matters is because clear messaging filters the leads, right? If somebody's talking to you about baseball and you don't know anything about baseball, you're not going to click on the ad or the video that's talking about baseball because it doesn't apply to you. The same logic applies here. If you're targeting your ICP, they're going to have specific problems, they're going to have specific solutions, and they're going to have things that they deal with that nobody else really deals with in the sort of way that they deal with them. So that means you'll be talking about their pain points, their goals, things that they deal with specifically, and really dressing what they expect you to look like. Like if you're a coach, you need to be at their dream state, or at least know how to get them there and have proof on how to do so. So why this matters is because clear messaging filters leads and visual authority builds trust. This is all in messaging. So an example of messaging is tone, just literally how you talk. Like right here, we have Alex Ramosi and a Fortnite stream. Now, both of these guys make content, but they're both specifically targeting different client profiles. Like for him, it's literally just 12-year-old kids for the streamer. And then for Alex Ramosi, it's business owners. So you're going to find Alex Ramosi in a studio with a decent camera, and he's going to be talking in a very professional sense in very digestible ways. Now, the Fortnite streamer is going to be yelling, screaming, just making a lot of like the loud noises, really tailoring this content to a younger audience. I'm not hating on it at all. There's a million ways to climb the mountain. And that also goes to environment, right? Alex Ramosi, very professional setting, Fortnite streamer, RGB lights, PC, that kind of setup. And attire also plays into this. So let's say you want to hire a realtor to sell your house. You're going to expect them to be in a suit, not in flip-flops and sandals and a sun shirt and sunglasses and sun hats. Because then there's going to be a disconnect in the profile because you always imagine realtors to wear a suit and look very professional. So if you find one that's not, you're probably not going to want to work with them because of their failed messaging. Now, some other examples are editing, image quality, vocabulary, and attitude. So if you apply all of these or even one of these, I guarantee that your ads will perform better. And if you have any questions at all, message me on Instagram. I'll give you a free audit with no strings attached. We can book a call and just talk about your offer, talk about your business. But that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.